Victor Bermudez is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. We actually have a video link with him. He's in Tampa watching the Yankees spring training. Victor used to be the executive producer of this show, and now he is an Emmy Award-winning executive producer for Telemundo, and he does NFL and baseball, as evidenced by being up there in Tampa. But his wheelhouse is boxing, and he really is the backbone of their boxing coverage and their boxing programming, of which they do a ton. And I was saying I kind of want to start leaning on Vic for boxing opinions and boxing knowledge. And when I was thinking over the weekend about this Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, I'm like, who am I going to talk to? And then I was like, well, Victor's right there. We love Victor, and he really does know this stuff, and he's around it all the time. And he's the executive producer of Kane's football broadcasting on this radio station. I imagine he's already working on a montage for Kane's Gators in August. He's pulling the files as we speak. So look, as a boxing analyst, welcome to the show, Victor Bermudez.
I appreciate that, Hoch. I've been waiting for this phone call ever since I left in August of 2014, and I've heard you invite others, and it took Jake Paul for you to make that call. Not Canelo Alvarez, not Floyd Mayweather, not all the other prize fights. It took Jake Paul for you to call me. That
did you
alone
leave in
shows
2014? You left 10 years ago?
I did leave 10 years ago.
So you didn't even make it 1 year with me?
I didn't make it past 4 months. You fired me.
Wow.
Oh, you fired him?
I don't know. I think
he fired a few people from the show.
I think he pulled a Robert Hunt on me. I think he
got a better contract.
I think he pulled a Christian Wilkins on me. But yeah, no, I really am fascinated because you love boxing more than anyone I know, and you're around it all the time. So the news comes out that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and I still don't know the specifics of the fight. I don't know what the rules are going to be. But the news comes out that they're going to fight, and your initial reaction is what?
Jake Paul does it again. Jake Paul gets his way. Jake Paul is going to be spoken about. Jake Paul gets exactly what he said he would. Logan Paul as well. These, for as much as you want to criticize them, they are winners. Channing's had the opportunity to speak to them. They are winners. Whatever they set out to do, they accomplish it. Criticize them for as much as you want. Yes, he's a kid, 27-year-old kid, Disney kid, but they're overachievers. And someone that comes from where I came from, I'm not saying I'm the Pauls, not at all. They're millionaires.
Where are you from?
Practically. Highly.
Highly.
But anyone that has had dreams of getting out from where they came from and achieving something should respect that. You can knock him for, his antics and the stuff he does, but he is going to be on Netflix against Mike Tyson. And again, I've been gone for 10 years. I have not been on this show once, not for Hurricanes, not for Canelo Alvarez, not for Floyd Mayweather, not for World Cups, not for Olympics, but for Jake Paul, you bring me on. That alone tells you it's a big deal, and he's done what he set out to do.
But Vic, is this going to be a real fight? Because you bring up the Paul brothers, and I'm coming around. I'm somewhat of an influencer now, so I'm coming around to it. But I went to Logan Paul Mayweather. It wasn't Floyd fighting. Logan was trying hard, but it just wasn't like, you could tell it was an exhibition. Everybody's going to get their check. I don't know if Mike Tyson understands the dance of just getting a check, because he's going to throw some hellified punches and try to catch Jake.
There's a total difference. There's a huge gap between Logan Paul and Jake Paul, the boxer. Logan Paul is YouTube and WWE, and Jake Paul moved to Puerto Rico, dedicated himself to this, wanted to really make a name for himself. You're not going to get Logan Paul. Jake Paul goes in there and tries to take guys' heads off. You saw with Tyron Woodley. You saw what he did. I was at that fight in Tampa. What he did to Tyron Woodley, that was not a dive. I was right next to Tyron Woodley's team. They were worried for him. His mom was worried for him. Jake Paul does possess some power. This is not what you saw in Miami. This is not Floyd Mayweather. This is not Logan Paul. Jake Paul's going to go in there and try to not make a name for himself because he has that, but show the world that that was the greatest heavyweight of all time. Granted, 31-year gap. I would not give him any credit for winning this fight. I don't. It's a Mike Tyson at 50 years of age. But I think you're crazy if you think Mike Tyson is going to go walk in there and have any success against Jake Paul. It's just not.
Really?
He's an old man. He's over the hill. He has a hard time look, what he did with Roy Jones in 2020, that exhibition. Yeah, but I'm tight with Roy. Roy had no business being in that ring. Mike Tyson just looks better than Roy Jones. This is not going to end up well for Mike Tyson. It's just not.
Jake Paul is the favorite. He's the favorite, and it surprised me because I think that Mike Tyson, if he caught him with one punch, it would be harder than any punch that he's taken. But from what Victor's saying, it's not, and probably he won't. Why would Tyson do this then? Because isn't that kind of a I know it's a paycheck, but isn't that kind of an inauspicious, nationally televised finish to not that it would be a finish because maybe he'll do more, but like, I don't know. Isn't that like Jake Paul's still a YouTube guy. I know he's a boxer, but he's a YouTube star. Like, that's what Tyson wants to do.
Hoch, you're 57 years old. What else do you have to do? And you're getting
a
boatload of money for it. Like, will you turn down that type of money at 57 years old?
Me?
What does he have to lose? Would anyone? Why would anyone
turn down
hangover
movies or something?
He can go that route, but he can go the route that he's known all his life since being, a teenager, and make a boatload of money from Netflix.
Well, what about the argument, Vic? I mean, you're a hardcore boxing fan. What does he have to lose? Yeah. Well, he's legitimizing two guys who aren't really boxers, who have just become boxers and are setting up fights with washed boxers or older guys for a paycheck because it's bringing eyeballs, but it's not advancing the sport. Like, to me, that's the biggest criticism of Jake Paul in boxing. And Mike Tyson, perhaps the biggest boxer after Muhammad Ali, is legitimizing him by giving him this fight. Like, to me, that's the I'm not saying I agree with that, but that's the criticism of Mike Tyson agreeing to this.
I love when folks ask me that question, and it's a valid question. Absolutely. Does it damage the sport? Again, you didn't call me for Canelo. You didn't call me for Floyd Mayweather. You didn't call me for any of the up-and-comers, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Delfimo Lopez. You don't call for those guys. And then I put myself into the picture. My daughter watches the sport of boxing now because of Jake Paul. My daughter asked me, take me to the Jake Paul fight in Tampa. So that's a 14-year-old girl, 15 years old now, who started watching boxing 5 years ago because of Jake Paul. So the demo, 18 to 34, that's who you want to surround yourself. The boxing, the sport is dead. UFC has taken over. But now you're talking about boxing because of Jake Paul. It's not in all the right reasons, but you're still talking boxing. Is that not the goal?
And Vic, it kind of hurt me when you said that about like Jake Paul. There's no chance Mike can catch him. I love him. He's my favorite boxer. I love Ali, those guys, Lennox. I love the heavyweight side. But does it on the other side of it? If Mike does get in there, he's gonna be shroomed up. He's probably not training. I know he's smoking joints every day, but he gets in that first round, throws one of them overhand rights, and catches Jake. What does that do to Jake's career if Tyson not even knocks him out? Like, if he knocks him down, if he runs with him for 2 rounds, he has no wins. He's 57. But what if he can really box with Jake for 2 rounds?
It's the end of Jake's career. A 57-year-old man beat him. He was a fraud. Everything that we've always thought about Jake Paul is true. But my rebuttal to that, Channing, is when's the last time Mike Tyson caught anyone? Do you remember Kevin McBride? Do you remember Danny
big
Williams?
White boy?
Like guys that Mike would have never lost to. My image of Mike Tyson is reclining on the ropes, getting beat up. That's the Mike Tyson. Look, I have all of Mike Tyson's fights on VHS. I'm that old, and I love to watch him. And I have Mike Tyson in the Olympics. I saw all of that. But the end of Mike Tyson's career, and you think now at 57, he's going to come in and catch a Jake Paul who trains and does this for a living, who just fought 2 weeks ago? Like, he's knocked out guys who were active. Tyrone Woodley 3 years ago is better than Mike Tyson in July at 57 years of age. And I know what you're saying, Channing. We've had these conversations numerous times. You think the old man still has that old man strength? No, they do not. He's 57 years old. Channing, you've said yourself you can't play 5 downs in the NFL today.
Yeah.
Can Ray Lewis go in there and stand against Christian McCaffrey today?
No.
Come on. It's the same comparison. It's just different sports. Like, the dude is 57 years old. He's going to catch him once. I'm sure Jake Paul has been caught in sparring or by a few other guys. Tyson Fury, not Tyson Fury, his brother hurt him pretty bad. He was able to knock him down in the last round. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, Jake Paul has been in sparring with some big guys. He's in Puerto Rico against some legit fighters. He's not going to get hit by Mike Tyson at 57 years old, and it's going to be the hardest punch Jake Paul has ever had or had landed on him. It's just not going to happen. Look, for the sport of boxing, I love it because it's, hey, look at Mike Tyson. Yeah, the old man, he defended the sport, but I just don't see it. If I'm a gambling man, I'm putting all my money on Jake Paul and by knockout.
Crowder talked me into putting $50,000 on Tyson when this first got announced. How do I cancel this bet, Crowder? I got $50K riding on him. The joke.
Did you see that Twitter video when Mike was airboxing? Come on now.
The dude looks like he's in great shape to me, but Victor's making some valid points here.
The 30-second clip that then he goes on Joe Rogan and says, "Yeah, I was in bed for a week after that."
Right.
Like, fellas, it's a big deal because we're talking about it, and Mike Tyson is arguably one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
I love it. I'm not one of those guys that goes, oh, the sport and blah, blah, blah. I love, grandiose events, no matter, if there's a goofy element or not. I like it. So that doesn't bother me at all. Solana, are you legitimately drinking a protein shake because Victor's on the line? Because I haven't seen you sip a protein shake I don't know, in 2 years. And now you're making a point to shake it in front of the camera. And what are you doing there, Solana? Is that a little bit of flex in front of Victor?
Yeah, it's 3 scoops away, 75 grams of protein. I'm back on my protein kick for when Victor wants to challenge me in the ring.
How would that go, Vic?
However you want it to go, brother. I don't need a ring. I can use a taxi cab. That's Channing. The smaller the taxi cab, the smaller the location,
response.
The better.
It was a badass response.
The more I can land. Nice. And I'm not going to have a linebacker hugging me, bear hugging me, telling me,
want it to go.
It's enough. He's leaking. The boy's leaking.
Solana, I haven't seen the left, I'll be honest, but I've seen the right. That right is crucial now, so step to the left or whatever you do. Don't walk into that right.
Yeah, but you heard what A-Ross said. Right, Vic?
That's true. Solana's from the hood.
I have not heard.
Yeah, Kendall's the hood.
Kendall, yes.
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
Vic, is Solana wasting his time with the 3 scoops of whey and protein? Shouldn't he just snort actual anabolic steroids like you?
Go straight to Mexico, get yourself a nice little batch. You're wasting your time. That's not going to do anything. Get that over with, man. That creatine, you're playing with just toys. Like, graduate, go to the big boys. Channing's career would have been a whole lot longer if he had just listened to some other guys.
Guy's wasting his time with
why
whey.
Waste time, bro?
Vic,
come on.
Vic gained 50 pounds of muscle a week and a half one time. I was like, damn, Vic, what are you doing?
What just happened?
I love that Victor is now a part of the program. We're going to talk to him frequently about boxing and canes and all that stuff. Victor, we love you.
Appreciate you guys.
Victor Bermudez. You didn't say I love you back.
Vic ain't doing that.
Bring him back for a second. Bring him back.
He got a little edge to him now. Vic.
I know. Yeah, you can't say that you love me.
I love you. I love you, Hoch.
I love you too. What do you think about that, Crowder?
I don't like the 2-part. I don't like the 2-part. Why do you got to say I love you too? You said I love you first.
Oh, that's fair.
Why
that's
two?
Fair.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. You caught me in a little. I gave you a little rope-a-dope there. I made you say I love you.
I'm quick with it.
Yeah, you were quick with it.
I got 2. Since you brought me back, I got 2 beefs with you. First of all, if I am going to be a part of the show, I'd like to come on 305. I think the best thing Solana has ever done.
We had Luis Diaz on this year for 305.
Yeah. Yeah. And 2, Channing. And 2, Channing, the last segment, said the Bills have 2 more playoff wins than the Dolphins since their rebuild.
Oh,
actually have
Vic's
5
part of
playoff
Bill's
wins since
Mafia. For those who don't
2017.
know, Vic is 305 as he is. He's part of Bill's Mafia.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
okay,
Howie.
Vic.
Go ahead.
It always goes back to mine. 5 playoff wins since 2017. When's the last play? I mean, the Lions just got a playoff win.
I
You
understand
guys
that.
love to compare the Bills and the Dolphins, and there's a huge gap. One team is a 4-time defending division champ, and the other one is looking for their first playoff win and longest playoff drought.
And Vic, with all that success and MVP caliber quarterback and all the
Yes.
talent and that damn D line, who was all 4 guys were first round picks with Oliver and Rousseau. Y'all had a squad, and y'all get to the playoffs and get your ass whooped by all the other top AFC teams that are there. The damn Bengals are going to be there too if Joe Burrow's back. The Chiefs are going to run this damn thing for a long time. It is what it is. Baltimore's hell of a team. Y'all are right. Y'all are one step above us, but y'all always want to talk trash.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Throttle it back a little, Marv Levy. All right. See you, Vic.
Later, guys.